Hello, my friends. By now, if you have been listening to my series, for want of a better term, on menopause and its myriad of symptoms, from mild to some of them severe, um, you by now have come to realize that menopause is a challenge, but I can tell you that if you understand what menopause is about and if you're willing to make certain lifestyle changes, um, you can live a pretty good, healthy life even during menopause and after menopause. Just requires a different way of thinking and a different way of living, a healthier choice. Tonight, I'd like to discuss imbalance that is related to perhaps menopause, perhaps just getting older. But I have been experiencing and has experienced and still am experiencing imbalance, physical imbalance, which I do attribute to menopause or plain old getting older. Plain old getting older. And they say one way in which to deal with this is to walk a lot, which I do, strengthen the muscles in the back and the legs, stand on one foot and try to balance like yoga. And I have done all of that. I'm still doing all of that, and everything has helped. But you also have to be careful. For example, if you're lying down in the bed, do not just get up suddenly and jump up and stand up and walk away real fast and real suddenly. You need to think about it when you're in the bed. Get up and sit on the edge of the bed. Wait for a little bit before you stand. And once you stand, wait for a little bit before you walk away. And that is always a good practice for people that are younger also, not just those of us that are a little bit more mature. It's always a good habit to sit on the edge of the bed for a little bit before you stand, and also when you stand, to stand for a little bit before you walk. Now, one of the reasons is, excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of my herbal tea. My throat is a little dry. Anyway, one of the reasons is that when we go from a lying down position to a sitting position, a lot of times our blood pressure drops and we could get dizzy and lightheaded. And especially if we do it suddenly, and when we go from a sitting position to a standing position, same thing. And when we go from a standing position to walking, oftentimes our blood pressure will drop a little bit, and even a slight drop in the blood pressure could make us dizzy and lightheaded. Okay? But I find that I have to be a little bit more careful even now as I get a little older, because the balance is kind of off. Okay? So, gotta be careful. It might be a good idea, for example, to install grab bars in your bathtub or your shower. If you live upstairs, to have grab bars installed on your stairs so you can hold on. Now, these are good practices even for people that are younger, but particularly as we get older and our balance is not the best. Those are safety things, and safety always comes first. I know of people who have fallen in their bathtub, hit their head, and have died. And I think that could happen to any age group. But like I said, particularly as we get a little older and our balance is off, we have to be a little bit more cautious. Okay? Wet floor. One can slide on wet floor. That's another thing that we ought to be mindful of. If we live up north where it's snow, you got to be mindful of all these things. And like I said, these precautions are applicable even to younger people, but even more so as we get older, we have to be a little bit more cautious because our balance, I find my balance is a little more off now that I'm in my 50s. A little bit more off than it was when I was, say, 10 years ago or even 20 years ago. So it's a matter of being cautious and exercising the legs to get them strong, standing on your tippy toes and just staying up on your tippy toes for a while. And repeat, repeat, repeat. That helps to strengthen our toes and our feet. Okay. If you go to the gym, use your feet to press some weight. And also do the yoga stand where you stand on one foot and balance for a while. And then you switch and stand on the other foot and balance for a while. That will also help to improve our balance. And walking and exercising always helps to balance. And if you are overweight, your balance is going to be more off than when you are of an average size. Okay, so those are my tips for balance issues regarding related to getting older, menopause, or just plain aging. Okay, take care and God bless you.